Hey, good evening, race fans, and welcome back to another inside edition of the Voice of Victory Lane with Kip Thompson. We are getting geared up, amped up, and ready for this weekend inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway. The Carolina Bull Ring will be the home for the Blue Ridge Outlaws. And man, I'm just telling you, this crowd really puts on a great show every time I see them. I love the way they do the topless deal. It's a little bit different. And I'm very excited tonight to have someone who does a little bit of what I do. He's another announcer. But before we get into tonight's show, we want to thank our sponsor, Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Tony and Bobby Jackson. Great friends of mine. They've got their Rooster all-purpose season. They have a great catering business, 25 or more. They'll travel. You need to look them up on Facebook, Raging Rooster Catering on Facebook. You can get their email address, their phone number, all their contact information. Those guys will be glad to help you. But now we're gearing toward this weekend inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway. As I said, Blue Ridge Outlaws is going to be in the house, $3,000 to win, $300 to start. And with me tonight is the voice of the Blue Ridge Outlaw Late Model Dirt Series, good friend of mine, Hunter Weaver. Hunter, glad to have you with us tonight, man. Thanks for joining the show.
More than glad to be here. I've got to come to Fayetteville. I didn't get to come to the old Fayetteville, sadly, but the last 2 years we've been able to come there, and Mother Nature one of the last visit we were supposed to have there, and then the first race of the earlier we were supposed to have in May was kind of just this decision to kind of help on travel expenses, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get this one in this weekend to Carolina Bull Ring. It's a great stop for all of us.
Oh yeah, I love, like I said earlier, I love when the Blue Ridge Outlaws come to town, or even whenever I'm not involved in a race at Fayetteville and I can travel and come join you guys. One of the cool things that I like that you guys do, number one, I love the topless deal that y'all do, and also I love after your qualifying heat racing everything. I just love the top 6 12-lap dash for cash. That is super cool.
Yeah, it's one thing that we love to do, and we have the 8-lap 6-shooter dash, we call it, on our regular format. But since this weekend is one of our shootout series races, which is a whole nother point system we started this year, and all those races paying $3,000 to win, $300 to start, $100 entry fee. So this weekend we're scheduled to have heat races. Everybody will qualify, then we'll run heat races, and then we'll run our feature. And usually those are 40-lap features when we run those 3,000 win shows.
Well, that's going to be a great show. $3,000 up for grabs this Saturday night, July 30th, inside the Carolina Bull Ring, inside Wayne Gray Stadium. We're located just off of Doc Bennett Road and Interstate I-95. We're going to talk about the point standings and some other drivers and some of their sponsors coming up right after we take this short message to hear from the sponsor of our show, Raging Rooster Catering. Tonight's show is being sponsored by Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. We cater any event, big or small, weddings, holiday events, and festivals. Call us today, 910-237-4565. Follow us on Facebook at Raging Rooster Catering. We invite you to come get you some. All right, fans, welcome back after our commercial break from Raging Rooster Catering, our sponsor for our show. With me tonight on the show is a fellow friend of mine. He's another announcer. He is the voice of the Blue Ridge Outlaw Late Model Dirt Series, Hunter Weaver. We are so excited to have him on the show tonight. Okay, and before we went to the break, we're going to talk about your point standings and kind of what's going on inside the series. Matthew Nance coming in as your points leader currently in the 2022 season.
Yeah, he's leading, both series standings right now in the regular high exposure performance Blue Ridge Outlaws and presented by Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet standings. About 160-point lead or so after Sumter over Scott Shirey, and then roughly about the top 5 or 6 have ran all the races this year. Maybe I think Elliott Sanders has missed one event, but we still got a lot of good races to go. And it's going to be a good season. Rest of this season, we got a few more visits to Lakeview, but and really, Kip, to be honest with you, is that it don't matter what the points look like in the middle of the season. Somehow it ends up to where we have a close points battle. Something happens to where we have a close points battle toward the end of the year, whether it's 2 drivers, and the first year that I done Blue Ridge, there was 4 drivers battling for the championship at the end of the season. So you never can tell, especially at the halfway point. There's anything can happen on any given night.
Well, no doubt about that. And you guys have such a good quality field of cars because, you guys race so much. I've been following your schedule. I know a couple of weeks ago you had 3 different races right there in the road. I think you did a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. And then the very next weekend, you were right back into it. And then you were Sumter last weekend. You're going to be at Fayetteville this weekend. And, man, you guys really burned the road up for sure.
Oh yeah, and we before that, we've had a stop in Virginia with Raceway. We still got a couple more stops up there, and also at Beckley. One time in August, and which is about 2 weeks away, and then another time in September. So we still got those races. We run North Wilkesboro this year, which is I'm really excited about. We go to Lawrence County for our first time, Halloween weekend. Still got few other stops at East Lincoln, which is kind of like I guess you could say, one of our home tracks. I guess you could say it's been around probably the longest about any of the tracks on the schedule that's left on the season. Then we got to return to Travelers Rest and one more time at Halifax County. So, it's just something that our guys, they don't mind traveling. They do it. They just love to race. And it's what I love about those guys is that, no matter where we go, all of our guys, they're willing to go and go support no matter what the case is or however much it costs or whatever. They're going to make a way to get there. And, we might not have no 30 car fields and stuff like that every night, but I've always said this: quality is better than quantity any day. And let's just say if we have we had 14 cars at Sumter, but probably about 95% of the field could win the race. So that's what makes a really good race.
Absolutely. No doubt. You guys always have a good quality group of cars, and you've got a great group that does, like you said, travels with you. And then, the cool thing for you guys, it is a little something different than other series that you guys run against per se. But you always, wherever you go, you're going to pick up 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or more just local guys coming that want to run with you guys. Because I know, like this weekend, you could very easily see. I don't know. I haven't talked with them, but maybe Willie Milliken, maybe Christian Thomas, and some of the other guys that are around this area that I know have run with you guys. I don't know what Dustin Mitchell's doing this weekend, but I know he's run with you guys. I think some before in the past, and we'll just kind of see how it shakes out. But as you said earlier in the broadcast here, that Mother Nature won the last time we was going to have you guys, and I'm with you. I got my fingers crossed, my toes crossed. Hopefully we can weather will hold out. We can get this in because I always love it, man, when the Blue Ridge Outlaws come to town.
Yeah, and like I was on Ryan Williams' podcast the other night, and we were talking about it. He said, Matt Pridgeon, he competes with us off and on throughout the season, or wherever we come to Lakeview or Sumter or whatever, and he competes off and on. But he said, anytime that you see a car with no roof and a side spoiler or American Racer tires, you pretty much expect it's a Blue Ridge car. So, that's what I love is what stands out is that you can just spot one of our cars from anywhere. And the great thing about it is the amount of engines that we run, and anything from a small 602 to a super can run with us. So it really don't exclude anybody. And every type of engine has won with us. Like Scott Shirey last race won with a 525 crate engine. So, and that's a lot of what a lot of guys are running is that engine package. So it really don't exclude anybody. And, and there's a lot of limited stuff on that part of the country and part of the state. So it really opens the door for those guys to be able to have another chance to race and run for a pretty decent amount of money and don't have to spend a whole lot on tires, to say the least. But, it's something we love. And, guys like Willie Milliken, he showed up. Bradley McCaskill was coming the last time. I haven't talked to him, but I think he's talking about coming, and Christian Thomas and a few others. We'll just see how the weather shakes out, and hopefully we can get this thing in.
Well, we're super excited to have you guys back on the schedule. No doubt at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. You guys always put on a great show, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Big points race for you guys coming up this weekend. And also want to let all of our fans know and our drivers know that on Friday night we will be having a practice inside the Carolina Bull Ring. But if you plan on coming to Fayetteville Motor Speedway on Friday night And I know a lot of people come and they just go right straight from work and they come and sit up in the grandstands and watch the practice because everybody just loves to watch race cars go around the track because it's free admission to get into the grandstands for practice. Raging Rooster Catering, who serves food up on the main concourse area there inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway, will not be there Friday night. They have a prior commitment to a catering job. So the Raging Rooster Catering will not be serving food Friday night, but we'll be back on hand for the big race with the Blue Ridge Outlaws on Saturday night. So we look to see everybody this weekend. Again, the Blue Ridge Outlaw Late Model Dirt Series going to be inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway, the Carolina Bull Ring, also known as Wayne Gray Stadium. $3,000 up for grabs, $300 to start. Hunter Weaver, man, thanks so much for taking time to be with us, and I can't wait to see you on Saturday, buddy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I get the pleasure of calling the whole show Saturday. Billy Mack, he's going to be out of town this weekend, so he asked if I could fill in, and I said I'd be more than glad to. So you're going to be the race fans are going to be hearing both of our loud mouths on Saturday.
That'll be fine. You can do the call up top, and I'll talk to everybody in Victory Lane. We'll have a good old time. We'll make it through it, and we'll roll on with it. Okay.
Sounds like a plan, brother.
All right, Hunter, man, I look forward to seeing you. Hey, race fans, thanks again for watching tonight. Another edition inside Voice of Victory Lane with Kip Thompson. Be sure to go to our YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe, and also go to Facebook, Voice of Victory Lane, and give our page a like and share this with all of your friends. We will get as many people as we possibly can out this weekend to the Fayetteville Motor Speedway. For Hunter Weaver, I'm Kip Thompson. The show tonight has been brought to you in part by Raging Rooster Catering, Tony and Bobby Jackson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hey, and as I always say this as I get ready to end the show, be on the lookout. Who knows? I could be coming to a racetrack near you. You could be the one we're talking to on our show next, okay? Have a great night, and thanks for supporting the great sport of dirt track racing. And if you can't be with us at Fayetteville this weekend, get out somewhere and go support a local racetrack. Have a great evening and a great rest of your week. And we look forward to seeing everybody this Saturday night inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway with the Blue Ridge Outlaws. Good night, everybody.